welcome to our midterm showcase. It's great to see lots of people on who aren't presenting as well, so that's really nice to see. What we do with this midterm showcase, really, it's a chance to demonstrate what the interns are doing, try and get a bit of engagement with the community, so you understand what they're going to be doing, what they're going to deliver, which will go into the roadmap for the future, and also a chance for them to give any asks out to the community as well. But you might be wondering, you might be new to a Mifos midterm and wondering what is all this interns and what's this midterms about. So we have a small clip to get you started. This year at Mifos, we continue our mission of creating impact. Impact created by our interns. Impact created by our mentors. Impact created by our global community. Together, we will create impact. We will create financial inclusion.
Honestly, it's really hard to put into words. When I found out I was selected, I just couldn't believe it. I had to take a moment to calm down because I was genuinely so excited. I think what makes this so special is that it's one of those moments where you realize that all those years of studying, all those late nights working on projects have actually paid off.
An email arrived from Mifos and the subject was MSOC 26 invitation. I did it once, twice, thrice. I couldn't process it. A paid internship, same project, same code base, same mentors, same everything. It wasn't just relief, it was a validation. I went from feeling invisible to being chosen. And that feeling of being seen, trusted, and valued by the organization like Mifos. I'll carry it forever. Thank you, Mifos.
What's unique about Mifos to me is that the mission is real, something that genuinely matters, that changes how you feel about the work. The other thing is the community itself. From the very first small contribution, people took the time to explain why things were done a certain way, not just what to change. It never felt like I was a stranger poking at someone else's code. It felt like I was being invited in. For open source, which can be intimidating to break into, that warmth is genuinely rare. So for me, Mifos is that combination: work that means something and a community that actually wants you there. Thanks, Mifos.
Wow, it's great to see the interns, and actually great to see all the impact they're doing. We hopefully have a few more testimonials from people over the coming weeks that we can share and build up. into something a bit more. But before we hand over to the interns themselves, Ed, is there any words you'd like to say to this year's cohort?
Well, thank you, David, for all the organization that you've been shepherding around all of our internship programs this year. I think all of the mentors are very appreciative how diligent you've been in helping us evaluate the many candidates that have come our way, but really eager to be formally kicking off our 2026 summer intern program with so many talented interns that we're working with across the globe. So really looking forward to showcasing to the broader community all of the great work that's been kicked off, and we're looking forward to working with all of you to help create that endless summer of code. So without further ado, I'll let David formally start our showcase session number 1.
Excellent. Thank you, Ed. So we've got a few projects up today, really focusing on our Mifos X modules built on top of Fineract and what can add in. And over the week, you'll also see we sort of intersperse a bit of AI in as we go through. But first up, I'm really delighted we've got Aditi on, and Aditi will walk through her project on refactoring command processing and the QA subsystem. Just let me know when you need me to advance slides, Aditi.
Hello, hi everyone. Good morning. I'm Aditi Nikam. I'm a Google Summer of Code 2026 contributor. I personally like to work in backend engineering, distributed system, and software architecture. So this project has been a fantastic opportunity to actually work on a large scale production grade open source system while learning with this amazing community. So on to the next slide. Today, so as mentioned by David, my project is refactoring the command processing CQRA subsystem. So my project aims to modernize how the read and write operation are processed. Historically, as you can see on the left, the write requests flow through generic JSON-based command pipeline. This approach works, but it heavily relies on runtime validation and manual JSON parsing. So my project migrates these operation to a typed command dispatcher, which follows the CQRS principle. So instead of passing JSON throughout the application, each request is strongly typed request commands, handlers, and the write services. This helps to improve the type safety, maintainability, and the future development becomes more easier. Even though these are like internal architecture changes, this makes code base easier to understand and extend in the future. Next slide. So during the first half of the GSOC process, I was focusing on establishing consistent migration patterns while applying it to the different modules. So during the first half of the GSOC, I have worked on the standing instruction history, standing instruction, and the floating rate modules. And I'm currently working on the charge module. So across these modules, I have introduced type command, handlers, request and response objects, write services, and then replaced the JSON-based validation with the typed validation. So across working these different modules helped me understand the overall architecture and identify the patterns that will make the future migrations for me efficient and easier. Next slide. So there were several interesting things that I learned throughout working these projects. One of the things that I learned was understanding how the command dispatcher actually performs the routing. It actually dispatches on the payload rather than the command type itself. That meant create, update, and delete operation needed a separate request module to avoid the ambiguous routing. The another important lesson was preserving the API compatibility while changing the internal implementation, so that ensuring that the existing clients continue to work without requirement of any modifications from their sides. Um, this project gave a deeper understanding about the FinRect architectures and actually how large scale frameworks migrations are approached. So there were a few challenges. One of the main challenge was understanding how the existing command framework is integrated with each other, because many of the components were interdependent. And then another was, as mentioned earlier, keeping the existing client based code with minimal changes and just doing an internal architecture change so that the client don't notice a difference but would be helpful for us. Next slide. Um, in the second half of the GSOC, I obviously appreciate the feedback from the community. And I am interested in maintaining the consistency across module migration, discussing API convention, and obviously validating the migrating patterns that I have done. So far, the reviews and suggestions from the mentors were very helpful. And obviously, anyone from the community is welcome. And I'll in the next course of the week, I'll continue migrating the remaining modules while incorporating the feedback that was provided during this time. Also, a fun fact was that a small implementation detail that a detail can have a huge impact on the migration. So the command dispatcher doesn't dispatch on the command class other than the payload type. So understanding this detail influenced a lot on how the request module was designed throughout the migration. So this project was a great opportunity to learn while working on a large scale application migration and learning how it is planned and how it is implemented in the real world open source community. And I'm definitely excited to work on the remaining modules during the second half and keep learning, getting feedbacks from the community throughout the entire process. That's it from my side. And anyone who wants to reach out to know more about or have any recommendations, feel free to reach out. My email and LinkedIn username is up on the slides. Thank you so much. Back to you, David.
Thank you very much, Aditi. That's great. And thank you very much for being brave and going first up front. Someone has to do it. Thank you very much. It's a great presentation, and it's great to see the work you're already putting into it and what's going to happen moving forwards. Next, we're going to hand over to Mansi. Mansi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Do you want to talk us through your project, which is about event-driven architectures?
Okay, hello. So my name is Mansi, and I'm a GSOC contributor with Mifos this summer. And before, currently I'm also pursuing my master's in advanced software development at TU Dublin, and I have experience in backend, and mostly I worked in backend projects only, maybe the designing or the implementation part. Okay, you can move to next slide. Okay, so FinRec today is a large monolith, and the feature areas like loan, savings, or client, they all are tightly coupled. So they call each other directly through injected services, which means one change in a single feature can have the ripple out across many other features as well. So this makes the whole system harder to test, and honestly a bit nerve-wracking to if we keep on evolving. Also, my project is basically about untangling that. Like the goal is to make sure that each feature depends only on a shared contract in a core module, and that feature talk to each other through events instead of reaching directly into each other internally. So like there are three ideas behind it mostly, like the event driven, like like a feature just announces what happened and another features react on that on their own terms. Second is like modular boundaries, like each feature owns its own internals and anything shared lives in a well-defined core module rather than injecting services in like in each other modules. And third is like it's enforced in the build. So like I'm using Spring Modular to like actually verify these boundaries and automatically and making sure when I'm fixing each of the module and the test cases keep on passing, like using the Spring Modular. Okay, can you move to next slide? Okay, so this depth chain diagram is basically a map of how deep the tangling goes. So each colored band is a depth level. So like how many hops of dependency you have to travel through before you reach something stable. So like down at the bottom, you can see in green are the safe modules, things like charge or calendar organization. As you move up, the coupling gets worse. In the yellow band, you have got the modules like loans and savings, and and like at the right at the top in the red are there fixed deposit and recurring deposit. These are like the most dangerous module, like because they sit at the end of the longest chain. So for example, if I point like the fixed deposit depends on savings, which depends on accounting, which depends on organization. So that's like a four level chain we have here. So if you change anything in organization way down at the bottom, that change can ripple all the way up through the three other modules before it reaches the fixed deposit. So that's exactly the that's a kind of feature cross dependency we need to fix. So I want like everything reaching into code directly, not through these long chains. Can you move to next slide? Okay, so and this one's it's for the loan module. The you can see like there are 9 cross feature violations and dependency depth of 4. So as you can see, the pink box at the top is the loan module's own classes, and the green box on the left are like the Fineract core. So that's the stuff loan is allowed to depend on, like data validation and command processing. And the problem is everything in yellow on the right, like every one of these red arrows is loan reaching directly into other features like saving, charges, transfer, accounting. So it's calling into all of them directly, which is exactly what it shouldn't be doing. So the goal for this module is simple, to say that like turn all these red arrows green. So instead of loan importing the accounting service directly to post a journal entry, it just announces a loan was disbursed, something like that, or accounting reacts on its own. So basically, for this project, we have to make sure like the all of the modules should not be keep on calling each other, but they should be depend like the cross feature boundary should make sure that like if loan is not dependent on any other module directly, rather than it should be using Fineract core and the command processing. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, so progress so far, like I've completed the Spring Modular test infrastructure itself, which meant like working through a dependency version, and like then I landed onto the like the project boundary test. So the test itself shows like each module depends on which other module, and it also shows the classes also, like which classes are calling which other module classes. So I have completed that, and then I also have decoupled the FinRec like accounting module, which like I finished the decoupling process. So the own accounting is like the module is dependent on its own and not on some other module. And right now I'm in the middle of like the decoupling the client module. So basically, pulling the shared data into a core and carefully working out like which dependency can move cleanly versus which ones actually need real design or decisions and the changes. So the main key learning for me while working on this was like it's not like just writing new code when we are decoupling. It's like figuring out what actually depends on what, and how to make sure that like while decoupling we don't break anything in the middle, and the whole flow should be working as before, just they should not be depending on each other. Next slide. Okay, so the fun fact is basically like when I saw the Finrect loan and it's like calling so many other modules. So it was like, and it was not just for the loan part, for other modules as well. So when you see from the above, it looks like, okay, it's calling few modules. But when we look into it, like when all the services it's calling, it's very tangled. So yeah, and also like I've learned a lot, like I've while starting working on this project, and in the future weeks I'll be decoupling other modules as well, like the group or maybe savings, and we'll start from the smaller one only. Then we'll move towards like in phase two, we'll move towards the larger module like savings and loan. So, like in the community, if anyone wants to reach out or have any other ideas or anything or recommendation, they can reach out to me on this email or LinkedIn. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mansi, and thank you for participating in our sound bites earlier. I tell you what, if you can sort out the drawer next to me with tangled wires as part of this project as well, we're on for a winner. Next, I don't think we've got tangled wires next. Next, we're going to hand across to Soni. Soni's been looking at financial analysis and inclusive dashboards for the Mifos web app. Over to yourself, Soni.
So hi, David, am I audible?
Yep, we can hear you.
So hi everyone. I am Jai Soni, second year BTech computer science student, doing specialization in AI ML from Medhavi Skills University, India. So my project name is Financial Analysis and Inclusive Dashboard for Mifos web, and under the mentorship of Victor Romeo. So yes, I will begin by sharing my progress, what I have done so far. So please change to the next slide. So what first let me give you what the project overview is. So what is the problem the whatever was the problem? So the goal or why this project was introduced is that this project is introduced to improve how user analyze financial data in the Mifos web app. So currently most of the information that are there in the web app is displayed in tables, which display in tables, so it make it difficult to understand the trends as well as to check the progress of a particular client. So what does this project this project introduce a three-layer dashboard. First layer is global dashboard, second is client dashboard, and third is the admin dashboard module. So what this dashboard do? The global dashboard is a main dashboard that will provide the insight about a particular client in all the aspect, like from its trend, from its all the data about its accounts, different types of accounts and other things. Then the client level dashboard, it will give information regarding the different types of client, like we have loan account, we have saving account, then fixed deposit account, then recurring deposit account and share account. And the third is admin module. So what this feature is especially built for admin, so that they can filter out different dashboard based on their requirements or what information they want to derive from the particular account. So this was overall project overview. Can you please move to the next slide? So these also like I have explained. Can you move to the next slide? So what so far I have implemented the global dashboard. So in the global dashboard, it has KPI cards portfolio at risk, borrowers versus savers. Then it show dynamic saving and loan growth. And also there is a one feature which is unique. It show geographic branch summary. So like this is the what I am implemented for a global dashboard. Can you move to the next slide? Here I have show live demo. So can I share my screen to show the demo?
Yep, should be able to select share.
Okay. So is my screen is visible?
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
So this is the global dashboard that I have implemented. It gives you like filters. Here I do not have added the data in the filter, like some of the data we are me and my mentors discussing regarding that what will be there in branch, product, and data range. So these are the filter that it will have. It will give you the option so that you can download the PDF. These are the KPI cards that are showing the data. This is showing the trends related to client, and this is portfolio growth by client group graph. This is loan portfolio distribution. This is saving growth, amount pending and disturb, and distributed new client onboarding trends. And this is the unique feature that I was talking, geo reference map. So this is what global dashboard implementation is. So now let's move to the next slide. Then the other part that I've completed is in the client level dashboard. We have like five things. There is a loan account, a saving account, fixed deposit account, sharing account, and recurring fixed deposit account. From that, I have completed the design for loan account as well as saving account. So please move to the next slide. As you can see, there are the first one is saving account and dashboard, and the another one is loan account dashboard. So it is showing this graph that you are able to see. I have introduced them, as well as the KPI cards that it is showing the data. They all are showing from the API that are available in the FinDirect. Now, can you move to the next slide? So till now, so far I have completed a global dashboard implementation. In client dashboard implementation, I have completed loan account as well as saving account. So now what is left till the end of the GSOC? So in the other part of the GSOC, we'll create a dashboard for fixed deposit, recurring deposit, and sharing account. And also with that, I will also create a new admin module dashboard, so for particularly for the admin. So and then we'll share and during this process we'll be sharing continuously, we will sharing the design and the UI in the community channel web app, so that I can get the feedback in the global dashboard. Also I have shared the UI and the web app, and I have get good feedback from the mentors as well as from the community. So yes, this is all from my presentation, and if anyone would like to have a discussion or have any suggestion regarding my project, so please reach out to me in the Slack. Sorry, I have not mentioned here like mail and LinkedIn. Sorry for that, but yes, I am in the Slack. You can reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Really great to see it brought to life. Very brave to do a live demo, so thank you. But I think it really lent itself to one, so that's really great.
Thank you.
Next up, we've got Raghav. Welcome, Raghav. Raghav's been working on Eclipse BIRT reporting engine and how we can integrate that in as an alternative to what we have with Pentaho reports at the moment within Mifos X. So over to yourself, Raghav.
Thanks, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Raghav Agrawal, and I'm a computer science engineering student joining you from India. So currently, I'm working on enterprise integration of Eclipse BIRT reporting engine. I'm incredibly passionate about building resilient and large-scale backend system. So contributing to Mifos gave me the rare opportunity to apply that passion to digital public infrastructure that directly powers global financial inclusion. And today, I'm excited to walk you through how we are completely modernizing FinRec's reporting pipeline, the mysteries that were untangled along the way, and what's coming next. So, next slide. So, yeah, to understand the goal, we have to look at the problem. Data is only useful if the institutions can actually read it. Currently, FinRec relies on legacy Pentaho engine. Not only does this carry heavy technical debt, but the way it buffers massive ledger exports in memory causes severe heap exhaustion. Under heavy concurrent load, the system can crash. So our goal is to replace it entirely with a modular thread-safe Eclipse BIRT execution engine that streams data. But initially, I didn't jump into the code. My very first week was spent entirely in Jira and Codebase auditing upstream architecture and studying previous modifications built in atomic road. Hello.
I think you might have broken up there a bit, Raghav.
Next slide.
Okay.
So yeah, looking at the execution phase, my phase one is officially 100% complete. So we managed to build a modular orchestration layer and safely isolated the data sources. This ensures that when multiple tenants connect simultaneously, the entire system remains thread safe. So moving to the phase two, which is 80% complete and ahead of schedule, me and my mentor didn't just build it, and we made it fast by implementing a high performance cache strategy, and we slashed template lookups up to some million seconds. We also architected a read replica routing system, safely offloading heavy analytical queries away from the primary transactional database. So moving to the next slide. So one of my most main learning is that previously verifying reports required heavy and frustrating manual UI deployments and local database setup. It was a massive bottleneck. So to solve this, I engineered a robust test container-based integration test framework. Now the build suite automatically boots isolated and containerized database instances. It securely validates our runtime queries programmatically, and we completely eliminated that it's work on my machine problem. So gave us an absolute confidence before the code ever reaches the production. On to the next slide. The heart of the project is automated Pentahow to BIRT compiler. With the foundation rock solid, we are now entering phase three. Instead of forcing developers to manually write over 130 legacy reports, I am building an automated compiler. It parses the legacy Pentahow XMLs and extracts the parameters into normalized intermediate representation, translates the dialect specific SQL, and programmatically generates valid BIRT XML structures. So in a saying, we are turning hundreds of hours of manual developer effort into an automated pipeline. On to the next slide. So of course, the building this wasn't easy. Our biggest roadblock was a framework clash I call the proxy trap. When applying standard transaction rules, Spring's underlying proxy system silently stripped away our critical configurations, crashing the application during startup. My biggest learning here was knowing when to pivot from magic framework annotation. Instead, I built a custom programmatic pipeline to guarantee stability. As we look towards our final phase, I do have an upstream community ask. Like me and my mentor is in regular contact and working on discovery that legacy parameter queries in reporting table contains outdated MySQL specific syntax that breaks modern PostgreSQL containers. So I would love to connect whosoever is interested in this project and community to align the best strategy to safely execute this project. Moving on the next slide. So finally, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Francisco and Victor for elite technical guidance and architectural wisdom. A quick fun fact to end on, to achieve a perfect time zone synchronization with my global mentors, I currently operate on a highly definited 4 a.m. coding cycle. And when I'm actually awake during the day, you will usually find me hitting the gym or playing guitar. So thank you so much for your time today. If you want to discuss any FinRec internals related to reporting module or the new reporting engine, please reach out. I have provided my GitHub, LinkedIn, and email ID. Enjoy the rest of the showcase. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Raghav. That's great. And the dedication of getting up at 4 a.m. I struggled when I was traveling last week at doing time zones out. So doing that continually is great dedication. So thank you for that and exciting work that you're doing. Next, we're going to move across to Albin. Hi, Albin. Albin's working on the Pluggable workflow engine. Do you want to explain a bit more?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Albin. So I'm working in Pluggable Workflow Engine. So yeah, I am mostly interested in building some scalable, highly architecture like more automated systems. So that's why I joined this Mifos and choose this project. Can you change the slide, please? Yeah. So my long-term career is to build a strong foundation in backend, so that uh, I can grow in my career in backend engineer. And mostly interested in know more about cloud architecture. So my personal goal is to learn more things from this project. So currently I'm learning flowable engines, like automated related engines. This is first time I'm seeing this type of engines. So this is my first project, open source project. Can you change the speech? So this is a problem. Like earlier the Mifos services like completely hardware in flowable, so that from controller it gives to the workflow services to the workflow engine factory, and that all things are coupled with flowable engine. So that main problem is that if we need other type of engines, it is hard to integrate to this project. We need to rewrite all the things, all the files. So that is the most problem in this project. So my duty is to make it pluggable, so that any type of engine can be suitable to this project. Can you change next slide? Yeah. So what I did was the main plan is to create an SPA, like service provider interface. So by providing interface, we can create some logic or some rules, like all the methods need by any type of engine. So that creating SPI, any type of engine can implement that methods from that SPI. So for that, I firstly did what need to break down the entire structure. Like currently, that are all structure monolithic, like every code inside in one folder. So my plan is to entirely separate that modules. Sir, can you change the next slide? Yeah, this is my plan first. This is currently what I did. I changed the folder modules into four modules, like four Maven modules, so that every files, like the files related to core modules, are separated from engine type modules, and all the engine modules are like all engine related codes are in engine module. Like I separated each files. Like I created four modules. One is Mifos workflow core, another one is adaptable flowable or adapter conductor. Then the workflow app. So the main core modules contain all engine independent code, so that there is no any chance of any other engine related code comes inside that folder. So we can ensure that when we working on Netflix conductor other type of engine, there will not be any other engine comes into that program. So inside that workflow core, I created a SPA folder, and inside that workflow services SPA I created. So the SPA, the interface I think I have 20 methods. That 20 methods I just find out from the controller files. So I watch out and check out all the files and find out the methods that needed in both type of engines. Like I taken two engines, flowable and Eclipse converter. So I planning that that 20 methods should be suitable to that both modules, both engines. So that I created that service provider interface, and after that I created that I moved all the files that are not directly linked to the flowable to that core module. So currently the core modules contains all engine unrelated codes, so that if any other things are happened in which like I change it to other engine like Eclipse conductor, it will not break my entire code. So the only thing I need to change is that the adapter flowable or adapter conductor, that file need to be changed. So the pending works for me is right now is that I need to implement that SPA into the flowable modules. So flow modules as well as the conductor module. So the current scenario is that the service provider interface I created, I need to test after working is only need to know when the adapter probably is completely run. So that's about my Maven structure and Maven module that I created so far. Yeah, thank you. If any doubts or anything.
Thank you, Albin. That's great. It's great to see what you're doing, and it's a real problem for us in the community having such tight dependencies. So getting to a more pluggable architecture is really key for us with some of the plans we've got for the future. So that's absolutely great. Next, we're going to move on to Himanshu. This is one of our AI projects, so it's great to have AI in the mix and seeing how that can actually solve some of the real world problems we've got, especially in Mifos X. So over to yourself, Himanshu, to talk through your project.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. Good evening, good morning. People are in different time zone, but yeah. So basically, my project is AI-powered document digitization, and I'm from Taipei, Taiwan. Doing my master's here at National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. Although I just 2 days before I just got graduated now. So jokes part. First of all, I would like to thank to my mentors, Akshay Sharma, Rahul Goyal, and Ed, for giving us great reviews to make this project as a success. Why I'm just saying success? Because this is not just a project, it's something which will change, will write a history, I would say. So maybe we can go to the next slide. I won't say much about my part, but yeah. So I have been working since 2023 on different research communities. I have been published more than 20 papers, articles, research conferences, and covered pretty vast area: computer vision, cybersecurity, and communication, 5G, 6G networks. And since 1.5 years, I'm working with Mifos. Another sector is finance. Okay, so pretty cross-platform. And during all these areas when I was working, I have read a lot of papers and I have understood that finance is something where currently AI is not there. I will explain you a bit more, but currently finance and AI are the enemies. You take an example, you want AI to check and give all your bank information, and if someone has any kind of access to that AI, they might take everything from you, right? They might steal your information and make you in a trap or something like that. So there is a term called trustworthy AI. It's a pyramidal tier where we have every countries have different levels of layers of uh, protocols for trustworthy AI. If I give you an example, ChatGPT, Claude, they are also not a trustworthy AI category. The European Union never passed them. Okay, but for finance, it is required to be a trustworthy AI. Okay, Claude says we are constitutional AI, not trustworthy AI. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So main problem is when we are, for example, in this project, we are talking about document digitization. That means take an example of I'm a X bank user and I want to go to Y bank, maybe for some loan or something. And then Y bank is asking, okay, give me your bank statements of your X. And we want to see that because we are not partners. So we don't have all the information directly. We cannot ask information directly from the bank to bank, right? So they said, okay, take this PDF and it's a very hefty PDF, for example. Now you will be keep on manually reviewing, or maybe you can use some digitalization and make it more transform version where you can just put your PDF, get the information. But what if some of the information are not correct, right? What if because AI can do some hallucination and a lot of things are there. Maybe some of the pictures are fabricated or something like that. There are a lot of things, right? So that is one thing. Second thing is all these legacy methods have a threshold. If these are manual records, they will be in a trash after a few years, right? So we need more digitalization versions where you can have all the records, everything has been logged. That's very basic thing we are talking about. But when we are also integrating AI, we also need to be sure that everything is safe, right? And then third part is migration of all these information to various platforms. One is Mifos X, maybe some different XYZ platforms where we want to integrate. So it should be easy to deployable anywhere. Okay. We just need to just map these daily schemas and boom, it should be done, right? Something like. And biggest problem is every country has different way of predicting information. For example, I want to take a loan from, I'm in US, there will be some different criteria. I'm in Taiwan, there are different criteria, different language, different symbols, everything is different, right? So we need a standardization, how we will be doing that, what are the protocols of these countries, how AI will be make sure that, okay, I have to give all the information based on your country, right? And no hallucinations, right? Next slide. Yeah, this is where we say AI and core banking are the enemies. There will be a lot of unstructured data. We cannot have any kind of hallucination. We need a transactional integrity and high security stakes, as I explained before. So that means we need a smart brain, which is taking inputs from multiple things and analyzing, okay, I'm not just doing an OCR and okay, I got the information and it's done. No, we need this AI should also take opinions among themselves and give a scoring of what we are doing and then come to a part. I'm not saying like everything will be 100% in AI. Never it can never be a 100%. Otherwise, every research is done. But yes, how we can minimize that thing. That's very important, right? Yeah. So next slide. So there are few related works, some research papers. I just added two, but I think because time will be less, so I'm just giving a sharp idea. But yeah, I have given you links. You can must read out these two papers. Very recent paper, 2024, 2025. So if you want, if you're interested in research, you can read these paper out. So basically, there are some methods these authors have used. For example, there are very less data and you want to get exact inputs, I mean exact outputs based on less data, and there should not be anything. So they have came up with the harness coordination of each method, each module, and they are converting into hash bytes to grab the information, and that's how they are doing. And there's another one was they have made a new methodology called late fusion, and they are basically modeling them in among them as a wrapper, and then they're grabbing. So these are two methodologies which are quite interesting. So that's why I just added on this, because this whole project has a base of that. Okay, next slide. These are the two links if you guys want to read it out. Okay, all those links are there in the slides as well, right? So core capabilities are these three, that yes, we will be focusing on document digitization engine. This will basically scans everything, all the paper records, different kind of records. It can be handwritten or something. Then report template migration, that okay, we have got everything. Let's make a report for the youth, for the maybe admins. Okay, these are the things and these are the trajectory. And then something called as migration. Migration, Mifos X, XYZ, anything, wherever we want to migrate, we just one click and it should be migrated there. So these are the three things, okay, and three different phases, I would say, right? So in this intelligent document processing IDP workflow will be pre-processing this data, okay, ensemble the OCR. So when we are talking about ensemble, if you guys have heard about ensemble learning, you will be knowing that, okay, ensemble learning basically works like having different machine learning models, okay, they will give their output, and based on their multiple outputs, we give a final scoring. For example, I got feedbacks from my three mentors, and based on three mentors' feedback, I will be working on that, right? Something like that. So just for an example. So instead of ensemble scoring on training part, we are doing it for OCR with that hash methodology which we were talking about. Okay. And then it will pass to LLM pre-processing. And here in the pre-processing state, there can be some hallucination. To avoid that, we have strict harnessing guardrails to avoid that. And if something is happening, just break there and restart that particular chunk. So it basically break a big PDF into multiple chunks and keep doing for each chunk. And if it found that, okay, this is going wrong, restart that chunk. So something like that. Yeah, next. So this is the whole architecture, not the whole architecture, the whole architecture, what I have done in these days. So you can see the layer 3 right side Mifos export. That itself another architecture. We haven't covered that right now. But for now, let's understand these 5 layers. The first layer is very basic layer, a front end where user will be logging, find all the digitization reports, all the risk indicators as per the financial standards, can see all those things. Chatbot is there and the API client. Okay, very basic. Second layer is basically your still I need few more minutes, please. Yeah. So second layer is your API layer. Right? You have a fast API, and then you have a middleware to have an authentication and have some API documentation. The third layer is very important. This is a smart brain, which I would say we have auth, we have digitization service, we have chat service, report service, risk scoring service, prediction service, export service, and user management service. Okay, and all these services are integrated to each other. Okay, it's in like a pipeline. Okay, and then fourth layer is a shared infrastructure tier where we have LLM client, OCR engine, the hybrid caching memory, and the authentication token. And this authentication token can be changed with LDAP or various different methodologies. Okay. And the last layer is your database, which is Postgres here. It's a timescale DB. And then we have Redis, for example, if for some reason a server get restart or crash, and some documents are in the process, they should be there in the memory, it should not be gone. So for that, okay. And this is how the whole structure is working. And once you have a report, you can send it to Mifos to store all these information. So yep, next. So these are the things which I have done and past these days. And the only part is left is migrating to Mifos X. We will be doing maybe FinRact or Gazelle, it depends. And that will be that I'm discussing with my mentors where we have to implement. Yeah, that's all. And yes, if you guys really want to learn more about this, do DM me. I would love to explain you more on this. Or if Mifos gives me a chance to give 1 hour session on these cool AI field, I would love to do that. And there's my email, my LinkedIn is there, my portfolio is there. Anytime you guys can reach me out, it will be good. And also, if you have some question, do let me know. Okay, I might going to log off after a few minutes because it's 12:25. But I would love to know if you have some question. I really want to know. And thanks, David, for giving me some extra time.
Yeah, we do need to move on to others now, to be fair to everybody else.
Yeah.
So next we've got Satyam up. Welcome, Satyam. We have the Mifos Credit Bureau Information Lifecycle project. This is a great project. It builds on from work that was done last year, so it's great to see it. So Satyam, if you want to explain a bit of what you're doing with your work.
Okay, so hey everyone, I'm Satyam Mishra, third year CSC student from Kite Ghaziabad, India, and I'm part of MShock 26, working under Vector and UE ma'am on CVILD, Credit Bureau Information Lifecycle Dashboard. I'm Java full stack developer focused on AI native fintech system. I believe financial inclusion start with giving microfinance institution to the right tools, and that is exactly what CBLD does. So, and as a fun fact to kick things off, before CILD, like 100% of CDC credit bureau submission were like failing because of only one API missing API calls, right? But one of the endpoint fixes changed everything. Okay, so let me show you how. So next slide, please. Okay. So let me walk through how the CBRD actually does. So the core problem was Mexican MFI had no working connection to CDC. RFC was always null, so CDC rejected 100% of submissions. No KYC gate, no audit trials, and no retry, no data redundancy, and no everything is manual. right? So CBRD fixes all of that. One of the backend, we have 11 REST API endpoint with three role access. Before any data goes to CDC, it goes through KYC scorer, which is 0 to 100. If the score is below the 70%, RFC is missing. So CDC is never called. No wasted bureau queries. And every CDC interactions is logged automatically. Food audit trial for CONDUSEF regulatories. When CDC is down, the submission retries automatically with the exceptional back off. And every record gets as 72 months of expiry data for LRSIC compliances achieved automatically every night, right? So phase 3 is like the Angular front end with 5 tabs connecting directly to these endpoints, bureau readiness and submission dashboard and credit profile, disputes, audit trial. That is I'm building next. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so let me quickly walk through you guys where things stand phase by phase. So phase 1 was foundation, fixing the root cause, RFC is now fetched correctly from FinRack and KYC scorer is live. Audit trial is running, LRSIC retention is automated, all liquid migrations applied and phase 1 completed successfully. And talking about phase 2 was like the full backend, 11 endpoint, 3 roles, RBAC, and the CDC sandbox verified end to end. All three CDC reporting trigger automated and retry scheduler with exponential backup as I earlier mentioned. And yeah, CBID is now merged into OpenMF Mifos Credit Bureau plugin, and phase 2 is also completed successfully. And if we are going to phase 3 is the Angular front end that we have 5 tab in OpenMF web app. First one is bureau readiness, submission dashboard, and credit profile, dispute management, and compliance at audit trial. So starting next as soon as the remaining PRs are merged. And next slide, please. Okay. So as a key learning, building CBRD taught me a lot more than just writing code, Spring EOP proxy trap, which is self innovation bypassed to the proxy, and audit logging was silently failing, fixed with lazy self injection. And the second is security from the day one, like RBAC, PII production, RFC never logged, which is I already earlier mentioned, and only its presence or absence. And real-time compliances is specific, 72 months of is exact legal deadline, not an estimate. And pluggable architecture, which is much more important for me, that and Mifos too, like CDC behind an interface, and any country credit bureau can plug in. Okay, so I think the next slide, please. Yep. So what next is phase 3 Angular front end phase, which is included this contain 5 tab in OpenMF web app with all 11 endpoints ready for betting, and RFC format validating on JWT authentication, production CDC injection, and VPN certification pegging in IP wish list, and multi-country expansion. And yep, and that bring me to that end, before CBRD 100% of CDC submission were falling because the plugin never called the right endpoints. The right endpoints was get clients ID identifier. The RFC was there in WinRack the whole time, and one missing API calls that it is. And after CBRD 0% rejection rate, and Yep, CVL is now live as in official Mifos open source ecosystem. And at the end, huge thank you to Vector and UV ma'am to always being there. And the guidance and patience means a lot. And if you want to contribute Angular frontend, complete validation or CDC production experience, so find me on Slack. I'm Satyam Shah. Thank you guys. Thank you. Over to you, Vector side. Thank you.
Thank you, Satyam. That's great to see the work you're doing, take it forward. And it's a really great example of having someone who was an intern last year now being a mentor and able to keep that cycle moving forward. So that's what we love to see within the community, and hopefully that may continue on into a future year as well. Finally for today, but certainly by no means least, we have Yousuf, who's going to talk through UI product templates and the work he's doing. So over to yourself, Yousuf.
Yes, thank you, David. So, hi everyone. I am Mohammad Yusuf Ansari, a final year BTech student in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, and I'm pursuing it from Pune, India. So, this summer I'll be working on UI product templates, as David said, under the guidance of Nayan, Bharat, and Ed. I would like to thank them a lot because they are helping me on each and every steps. Please move on to the next slide, David. Yeah, so let me explain the project overview. So we'll begin with the problem. So today creating a loan product in Mifos can be very overwhelming because the administrators or users, they are presented with a very large form containing dozens of configuration fields. So many of these fields are rarely changed. By default, they use the same default values. So the goal of this project will be to give the administrators or users pre-configured templates, so with sensible defaults. So that will help them to choose the type of loan product which will be creating. So this will reduce the cognitive lead while still allowing advanced customization. Can you move on to the next slide? Yeah, so progress so far. So since the coding period started, I have completed many things. So first of all, I have completed the personal loan product template. So a user can successfully create the personal loan by using this type of loan. Also, I have completed the advanced custom loan product template. And beyond those, I build a landing page that supports all the planned loan product templates, which was discussed in the community. Yeah, so right now, I'm preparing the remaining work, and that will I am preparing to plan a PR to get merged, so everyone can view the things which I have implemented. Next slide, please. So this is basically the loan product landing page which I have created. So as you can see, there are different types of loan listed out, and till today's date, only the custom, advanced, and personal loan have been implemented. So a user can simply click the loan type, and that page will get open. Can you switch to the next page? It will show you the personal loan. Yeah. So the personal loan creation page is like this. So basically, it reduces many fields, many fields, and by default, the as you can see on the screen, the hidden defaults. So the loan product.config.ts, it uses the hidden defaults. Next page, please. So the key learnings which I learned. So this project taught me several valuable lessons beyond simply writing the code. So first, I learned how important API contracts are. So even if the front end appears correct, small differences between front end assumptions and the back end expectations can cause validation failures. So I was having an issue with seven different fields, which I solved working day and night. So they caused me too much issues. So basically, I can say that some issues couldn't be just solved by reading the code. So also the discussions with mentors and maintainers provided historical context. So it helped me a lot. Can you move on to the next slide? Yeah, feedback and expect. So over the next few weeks, I'll mainly focus on validation, community feedback, and final integration. So I'm continuing to verify that every automatically populated field matches the backend API requirements. So I'm also working with the community to confirm whether a few backend fields are still required or have become deprecated. Also, the template coverage, I talked about it on the web app channel and got review of everyone. And in the last, the code reviews, I basically implement a single feature and ask it to my mentors on our private channel. So after that, the mentors, they help me or guide me what needs to be changed, etc., etc. Can you move on to the next step? Yes. So thank you everyone for your time. And one fact I will tell about me is that I own a family furniture showroom. So where I built a billing and inventory management system in Python from scratch, and we use it every day. So during the day, I'm debugging Angular applications, and in the evening, I'm debugging inventory issues. So thank you everyone. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My mail is listed out there, and also you can DM me on Slack. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yousuf. That's great. I think actually, in terms of fun facts, that's the first time we've had anybody running a furniture company alongside doing it. So really interesting, actually. It's lovely to get those backstories of what people are doing alongside coding. No, thank you very much for the work you're doing so far. I think it's really important for us as we move Mifos X forward that we have these product templates. It certainly makes life a lot easier for people as they use our products. That's the last of today's presentations from our midterm interns, but you don't have to fear. We have 2 more sessions coming up at the same time tomorrow and the same time Friday, and we've got plenty more to come up for you to look at. Tomorrow's session, we're going to focus a bit more on mobile and front end. So we had a bit of front end in today, but we're going to have some more front end stuff tomorrow. A lot of mobile projects within there as well. So please do join us tomorrow. And if you've got feedback for any of our interns that presented today, I know they will hugely value the contact and the support within the community. So please don't feel shy. Please do reach out to them if you're interested, want to find out more about their project, got any ideas. I know they will all welcome it. We've showcased the interns today, but a real huge thanks also has to go to our mentor community who sit in the shadows a bit at this stage, supporting our interns. It's a very important role, especially helping them keep on track of very different style of working often when they're on an internship. So a huge thanks to all of our mentors, and it's great to see some of them also supporting being here on the call today, and I'm sure the rest will pick up on the replay afterwards. Ed, any final words you'd like to say?
No, nothing from my side, but really great set of presentations we had today. It's awesome to see all the progress already that's being made, and looking forward to the following 2 days to see what other interns have been up to. So best of luck to everyone who still has their showcase to lead in the next couple of days. So.
Yeah, I did see a few sneak into view today and support, so it's great to see them supporting and getting ideas. No, that's great, and we look forward to the showcases coming up. So thank you everybody for joining. We'll wrap a few minutes early today. We always leave a little buffer just in case anyone overruns. But thank you for joining us today. We'll try and get the replay up as soon as possible on our YouTube channel. And look forward to you joining us again tomorrow for the next set. Thank you all.